What's up, everybody? Welcome into Dodgers Daily, presented by DodgerBlue.com. My name is Jeff Spiegel, host of DodgerHeads, part of the Blue Wire Podcast Network. Thanks for joining us. Dodgers versus Giants, game number 3. It's a day game today, and lots to get into. We're going to get into our headline of the day. We're going to get into the game lines, the pitching matchup, as well as my moderately, incredibly, impressively successful picks of the day as well. So let's start with just the basic details. Kershaw on the mound for the Dodgers, Alex Cobb on the mound for the Giants. Again, this is a day game, so mark that in your calendars just so you know. But here's my headline of the day, and it might surprise you, but I think today it might be the day that Miguel Vargas gets back on track. This is a guy who's one of the Dodgers' top prospects, someone we have talked about on this show. Can he creep his way onto the postseason roster as a guy who hits lefties? He hasn't gotten a ton of chances, but he came up in his first game, was successful, then went on an 0 for 12 stretch with 4 strikeouts up until the 9th inning of Monday's game when he singled to break that. But here's the key. That hot start that he had August 3rd, he was 2 for 4 in that game. He was 2 for 3 against Alex Cobb, today's starting pitcher. So 2 for 3 against Cobb on August 3rd with a double. I just wonder if he can get things going, start to make that progression that many of us are expecting him to make to push a guy like Hanser Alberto, a guy like Joey Gallo for potentially that last spot on the postseason roster. So something to watch there. Pitching matchup, we mentioned it, Kershaw versus Cobb today. Cobb, a guy who I really liked if you've watched this show back in 2021 when the Dodgers were looking for pitching on the trade market. I liked Cobb. He's been a great add for the Giants. 95th percentile in barrel rate, 81st percentile expected ERA, pretty much above average across the board. Standard stats, 3.58 ERA across 22 starts, a little more in the strikeout per inning. The whip isn't great. It's like 1.26, but overall has been a solid pitcher for the Giants. Has faced the Dodgers twice. August 3rd, that start I mentioned with Vargas, he went 6 1/3, 3 earned runs, 8 strikeouts. A couple weeks earlier, 5 2/3, 4 earned with 6 strikeouts. So Dodgers 7 earned runs against him in about 12 innings pitched. So they like seeing Cobb. There could be some opportunities to get some runs. Player history-wise, Mookie Betts 33 career at-bats against Cobb, hitting over 300. Freddie Freeman on the other end of the spectrum, just 1 for 11 in his career. On the flip side, we got Clayton Kershaw, his second start back from the injured list, 2.59 ERA. He had that first start, 5 innings, 1 earned against the Mets. Obviously, if you watched that one, he struggled to start, kind of pulled it together for the final 4 innings of that one. Has faced the Giants twice, 8 1/3, 6 earned runs allowed, 8 hits, 4 walks, 10 strikeouts. So again, another guy that on the other side, just like the Dodgers have hit Cobb well, Kershaw has struggled a bit against the Giants this year. Matchup-wise, Brandon Crawford, a guy that he has owned, 125 career batting average in 48 at-bats. On the flip side, J.D. Davis, how about this? 8 at-bats, 3 hits, all 3 of them home runs for J.D. Davis against Clayton Kershaw. Looking at some of the game lines for today, Dodgers, as expected, heavy favorites, minus 245 on the money line, minus 120 if you want them to win by more than 2 or more, and that total is 8 runs with the under getting even money. Obviously, minus 245, I'm not touching that. I'm not a big fan of the run line, but the total is interesting to me. It's going to be 96 degrees again. We've seen how the ball has traveled out of Dodger Stadium in the heat. Do you stick with the over and expect the ball to fly out against Cobb and Kershaw, guys that the other team has seen well this year? I wouldn't blame you for that. Both guys have limited home runs historically, but we said that about Tyler Anderson in first pitch of the game. He gives up a home run. So over 2 for 2 in this series thus far. If I was going to look at any of these 3 numbers, it probably would be the over. As for my picks of the day, again, another successful day yesterday, 1 for 2. We'll lose a little bit of money, minus 105 on the winner. But man, no runs in the first inning. Tyler Anderson, 1 pitch in, gives up a home run to Lewis Brinson. So tough one there, but we did get Tyler Anderson to record a win at minus 105. So a good day. I'm going to give you 3 picks today. 2 of them are going to be plus money. So here we go. Give me Clayton Kershaw over 16.5 outs. So we need Kershaw to go 5 2/3 or more. Obviously, second start back. Here's why I like this one. Giants have been aggressive. They've been swinging at the first pitch. They've been trying to jump on things earlier, swinging for the fences because of the heat. I think that keeps Kershaw's pitch count down. I think he settled into a groove after that first inning. So I like Kershaw at minus 120 to give me 5.2 innings or more. I also like Kershaw to record a win, plus 145. Same rationale with Anderson. The money line is minus 245. If you think the Dodgers are going to win, this is the way to bet it. Can the Dodgers get a lead in the first 5 or 6 innings as long as Kershaw is still out there and hang on to it? That's exactly what happened yesterday. So I like Kershaw plus 145 to record a win. And then here's the third one. It feels a little risky, but heck, we're going to go with it. Brandon Crawford under 0.5 hits, 0 hits in this game if he starts. That's plus 120. I mentioned it, 125 career batting average in 48 at-bats against Kershaw. On the season, he's just a 228 hitter. So basically, if he gets 4 at-bats, odds are he is not getting 1 for 4. Add in the fact that it's Kershaw for probably the first 2 or 3 of those at-bats. And I like Kershaw to limit Crawford. 0 hits in the game for Brandon Crawford. That is plus 120. So there you go. 3 picks of the day today. Hopefully we get a couple winners in there, make back a little bit of the money we lost last night. We appreciate you joining us as always. My name is Jeff Spiegel. If you missed it, we do these watch along parties. We're going to be doing another one Friday, so stay tuned for that. And if you missed it, there was a moment yesterday. As you know, I like to call Will Smith the janitor. I pitched this idea to Tim Neverett, and I'm going to post that video on my Twitter account if they'll let me post it. And it was a great moment. Let's just say Tim Neverett, not a big fan. I shot my shot. I think it's hilarious the way that my co-host reacts, the way the comments react. So if you missed it, I'm going to post that on my Twitter account. Check that out. But be sure to check out DodgerBlue.com. DodgerBlue1958 everywhere on social media. And of course, ring the notification bell here. Click subscribe. Tell your friends. We greatly appreciate it. We'll see you next time. This has been Dodgers Daily, presented by DodgerBlue.com.